E aí, galera do YouTube, tudo bom? Aqui tá tudo bom também. Estamos de volta aqui com Vampyr. Ó, eu ia falar The Witcher, ó, mano. Com Vampyr. É exatamente de onde paramos no último episódio. A gente vai descobrir o que tá acontecendo aqui, o que tá deixando essa epidemia de caos na cidade. Mas antes de prosseguir, curta, comente, compartilhe com seus amigos e se inscreva no canal. Vamos nessa! É aqui, né? Meu Deus, destruíram a casa, velho. Caraca. Vamos catar então as coisas, as granas. Sai. Sai, 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 sai. Sai, sai. Parou, parou, parou. Ai, 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 eu tô sem vida. Ai, que bosta, eu não tenho soro regenerado. Ah, eu tenho sim. Ihi. Au, au. Sai, 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 sai. Ó, 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 ó. Sai, 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 sai. Ó. Uxi. Meu Deus do céu. Deixa eu só. Deixa eu só. Carta de amor. Querido, obrigada por esse perfume maravilhoso e pelo casaco de pele. Mal posso esperar sentir suas mãos acariciando minha pele trêmula, pois você, meu herói, faz com que eu me sinta desejada. Por favor, volte logo para mim. Estou morrendo de vontade de descansar meu corpo sobre seu peito. Sim, meu amor, meu precioso. Volte para mim e eu lhe prometo uma noite de paixão eterna e desenfreada. Nesse momento estou vestindo apenas os presentes que me deu. Ah, sim, meu corpo arde por você. Mal posso esperar para vê-lo mergulhar no meu desejo insaciável. Sua amada Doris Fletcher.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
Babado. Eita. Tudo leva a crer que essa Doris Fletcher é que começou tudo a patifaria, né, mano?
Doris Fletcher seems to be the missing link here. It can't just be a coincidence. I should go to her acting school.
Localize o teatro de Doris Fletcher. Onde é? Ah, é aqui perto. Vamos lá. Tchau, guarda da Cream. Beleza, vamos lá então. Tá susto, mano. Os caras estão soltando rojão perto do cara. Deve estar tendo algum jogo. Ah, claro, né? Porque é assim que acontece aqui comigo, né?
Turn around, sir.
Puta, eu tenho que entregar o bagulho aqui, né, mano? Pera aí. Tem que entregar o bagulho pra ele aqui, ó.
Fails you. This elixir will give you faith again.
This city is doomed.
Peraí, deixa eu ver o negócio. Por aqui.
Good evening, Christina. Do you need any... Goodbye, miss.
Uma prostituta bonita até.
Good evening.
How are... and your...
emptied.
Do you need assistance?
That would be not.
If... Goodbye, miss.
Don't you know better?
Vem, vem, vem. Eu não sei porque esses caras estão aqui, mano. Na moral.
Good evening, Mr.
Is it you? Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for... How... I hear them...
Here is an... is the di...
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough.
Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool.
Newborn! Kill you!
Mas eu levei as anotações pra ele, mano.
Back in the grave!
Good evening, Mr.
Is it... Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for...
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
Ó, bugou a missão, mano, porque eu já levei o bagulho pro cara.
I don't care! This is my turn!
This is your territory. Sorry, I didn't know. Ai, como não bastasse a guarda de Prim, agora tem esses pau no cu desses eco, mano. Tá, ó. Ué, mano, mas eu levei, carai.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Ai, que raiva desses load, véi. Tem que ir no hospital primeiro.
It's mine!
Ai,
I'll
que
take it!
susto, filha da puta. Tá pra cá, né? Não, é atrás de mim. Tchau.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top!
Ai, 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 ai. Brrr. Será que tá fazendo isso por causa que eu tô chegando no final do jogo, mano? Chato da porra. Pera aí. Tem que procurar. Tem que estar em alguma caixa, né, mano? Não dá pra abrir aqui. também não. Tá, tem que estar dentro de uma caixa.
It's locked, all right.
Porra, mano. Porra. Que droga. Vou falar com ele. Ô, doutor. Uma chave aí pra nós, mano.
Hello, Jonathan.
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reid.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Thank you for your time.
Beleza. Tá. Puta, mó sacanagem não achar a carta do meu pai, hein? Tô vendo agora aqui. Nadinha. É uma caixinha. Procurar, mano, que o outro tava na caixa, né? Deixa eu ver se aqui tem. Ô, tem caixa aí, mano? Tem caixa? Você tem caixa aí? Você tem? Você tem caixa?
It's locked. It's locked.
É, bando de...
It's
fresco,
locked.
mano. Pera aí, mano. pedaço de alumínio e rebite e componente de gatilho. Deixar também isso porque vai e acontecer. Vou falar com o meu. Meu. E aí, meu?
Good evening, Mil.
Good evening,
I'd like to...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr.
Vou fazer um troço aqui.
Reid below. I met... him in New York once.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count. I wish I could say that.
Tá. Eu tenho que ir por aqui. Aqui, não é?
There's one of them!
Filthy fucking beast!
Vou falar com a mozão, né? Senhorita Elizabeth Ashbury. Ai, mano, até o coisa tem mozão e você não. Até ele tem mozão e você não. Olha que tristeza essa vida. Você é capaz de reconhecer esta coisa de ele ter o mozão e você não? E ele é um vampiro ainda. Mozão. Você está no quarto me esperando? É isso mesmo? Safatinha. Ops. Nossa, ele escreveu Drácula de Bram Stoker. O Bram Stoker escreveu o Drácula e ainda deu pra ela, mano, autografado. Pelo amor de Deus, se ele soubesse. Ah, se o Bram Stoker soubesse. Ah, tá fazendo uma pintura. Pinta eu.
Good evening, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm still investigating from inside the Ascalon Club. Can we talk?
Of course, my dear.
There are many paintings adorning the walls here.
Yes?
Did you paint them?
No, my dear. But some of them. I have had a long time to learn from the best. I'm currently working on what could be my greatest masterpiece.
What is this masterpiece?
Your portrait, my dear Jonathan. It will be my gift to you, if I ever have time to finish it.
Yeah, ela vai me dar o quadrinho.
Have you met any famous painters?
Are you trying to divine my age by cross-checking historical dates, my dear? That's a devious parlor trick.
Well, Elizabeth, I tried my best. Don't I deserve some reward at least?
Well, if you must know, I even posed for the greats. Now that you know it, you may recognize me when visiting museums.
How is your investigation going?
I have decided to explore beyond the dictates of reason.
What do you mean?
You may on occasion find this house closed when you visit me. If so, it is because I have gone undercover. Sort of.
Who are you going to surveil? I hope you're not considering spying on McCullum or the Guard of Prewan.
No. I intend to ask a few questions in parts of town I rarely venture into. Dirty places where a delicate lady like myself should never be seen.
When will you return?
As soon as possible. And I don't intend to stay away for long.
I have investigated new sources of infection, and I may have found a new type of scowl. One suffering from heavy mutations that is extremely contagious.
Scowls come in various forms, you know. They are simply degenerate versions of their makers.
I believe these families are different, and I'm currently pursuing a lead. I know I can find the true source of contagion by finding who created these creatures.
That would be great news. Be very careful, my dear, when dealing with such creatures.
Goodbye, my dearest.
Goodbye, my beloved.
Jonathan tem namorada. Jonathan tem namorada. Será que eu vou ter que lutar com a Dorothy Fletcher lá? Doris Fletcher? Ah, espero que não. Ela deve ser muito difícil de matar, mano. Ai, meu Deus. Deve ser um saco matar ela. Esse loading, esse loading. Achei. É aqui.
It's locked.
Tá trancado. Tem como entrar pelos fundos? Opa. Tutupão. Mano, eu vou melhorar muito essa habilidade porque ela é top demais. Ela é maravilhosa. Ou, na moral, libera o caminho aí pra nós. Encontre acesso ao teatro. Estou tentando. Será que por aqui dá? Acho que não, né? Deixa eu ver o negócio. Tá. Deixa eu ver aqui. Eu acho que não, mano. Opa! Ah,
There's an
meu
open
querido.
window on the second floor. I should be able to get in through that.
Nossa, agora sim, mano. Mantendo a descrição no modo stealth. Pra não morrer rápido. Eu tenho a audácia sempre de morrer rápido quando é modo stealth, exceto no The Last of Us, que meu stealth é top demais. Quem viu o vídeo no canal se lembra o quanto eu era super top no stealth. Ah, mano, pra jogar stealth tem que ter muita paciência. Eu tenho paciência no começo, mas depois já começo a querer chutar o pau da barraca, tá ligado? Tá, estamos dentro. Carta de suicídio. Não aguento mais a dor. É como se todo o meu corpo estivesse se desintegrando desde que aquela vadia me infectou. Já faz dias que ela não sai do quarto, distribuindo ordens por meio de bilhetinhos e ensaiando apenas à noite. Eu testemunhei um dos tais ensaios. Ela entra no palco, furiosa e cheia de ódio, e fica cuspindo e resmungando sobre minha beleza esvanecente. Nossa, a vadia está infectada, podre até o miolo, e planeja infectar todo mundo nesse lugar, e depois toda a população de Londres. A próxima peça estreará pouco antes de dezembro e até lá todos os funcionários do teatro serão seus fantoches, forçados a servir suas tramas malignas. Ela com certeza já encontrou alguma maneira de infectar nossa água ou nossa comida, já que todos começaram a adoecer depois da refeição que ela nos preparou na última segunda-feira. Quero que a pessoa, ao encontrar esse bilhete, saiba que só me matei para fugir do inferno na terra que esse lugar se tornou. Que Deus tenha piedade de mim e da minha alma imortal, já que me recusei a ser cúmplice dessa atrocidade. Ok.
Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your...
Can that be Doris Fletcher's voice? Where does it come from? It's locked, all right.
But I offer only love. Woe to you, nations of hypocrites. For in front of you stands the tall queen. You can but lower your head, fit only to smirk at her soiled feet.
Ela tá lá embaixo, mas não tem como entrar lá.
Who are you? You who dared enter my realm. Are you here to worship or mock me?
I'm here to put an end to the vampire epidemic, Miss Fletcher.
Ah. But Doris Fletcher is no more. She was consumed by this putrid flesh that now enshrouds her.
You feel anger for what happened to you. But I can help you. I'm a doctor, Miss Fletcher.
Doris Fletcher is no more. All that remains are the dreams of the queen she was, and the queen she'll be. Until then, all shall die, for that was her final wish.
Ah, sabia que eu ia ter que lutar com ela. Que bosta.
I summon thee, my children of the night.
Bite, maim, spit, kill! Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she whose beauty was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they will share her fate?
Ui. Ai, ai. Para. Para.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Nossa, isso é a frase do... Mano. Para.
Hear and obey, for your queen commands you. Attack!
Ai, 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 ai. Ai, 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 ai. Ai, ai, ai. Ai, ai. Filha da puta. Ai.
Come to me, my servants.
Yeah.
Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. and farewell.
Nossa, velho.
Farewell, Doris.
Credo, que horror, mano. A mulher... Caraca.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum.
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reid. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt.
Beleza. Mano, eu amei aquela 12, velho. Aquela 12 é top demais, cara. Vocês viram? Eu dei o quê? 3 tiros nela. Tudo bem que ela faltava um pouco de vida nela, mas, mano, eu dei 3 tiros nela só. Já matou. Ela tava com um pouquinho menos da metade de vida. Foi top, mano. Foi top.
These people want me dead. I need to leave now. So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
A Lord Redgrave vai pra cá. Vou lá falar com ele. Redgrave, você não tá ligado, mano. McCullum tá atrás de nós, mano. O que você tá fazendo aqui, mulher?
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reid. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Ué? Cadê ele? Ah, hello?
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted at least 2 foreign econs. This is an outrage. We shall chase these intruders down.
Eu também acho, mano. Bota fogo nesses arrombados.
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses.
Meu, ele era pra estar aqui, não era? Ah, ele tá ali.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reid. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the econ he deserves to be.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Are you questioning my orders?
No. It's just... I'm not sure I'm ready to have another progeny after what happened with my sister.
The rebirth of Aloysius Dawson is a necessary step in our campaign to ensure the safety of London.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die, for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Tentando me dar cerco a Lourenço, mano. Ele sabe que eu sou das ordens dos anciões lá, dos vampiros lá.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reid. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord
No.
Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I won't do it. The very thought of it makes me sick.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Ah.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear. Please.
E aí, man? Beleza?
Welcome back, Dr. Reid.
Então eu não vou transformar ele não. Foda-se. O cara é um cara do mal, mano. Não quero fazer coisas do mal. Quero fazer coisas do bem. Uma coisa é você ser vampiro, né? Uma coisa é você ser vampiro do mal. Tipo os... Como é o nome dele? Os Volturi? É Volturi, né? Quero ser dos Cullen, Edward Cullen, Carlisle Cullen. Sabe uma coisa que eu notei nesse jogo, mano? Quando você... É tipo igual ao Crepúsculo, tipo... Se você ingere sangue humano, a cor do seu olho muda, fica avermelhada, assim. E se você não ingere sangue de nada, seu olho fica branquinho, assim. Parece que você é ser humano.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him. It's locked. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Por trás, talvez. Não, ali não dá. Se eu for por aqui. Daí eu dou a volta por aqui, acho. Ou... Tá, encontra uma passagem pra arregaçar com o bloqueio, beleza. Não, aqui não dá. Aqui não.
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Aqui? Aqui é o esgoto. Mas espera. É aqui mesmo? É aqui mesmo.
No one can hide from Ascalon.
Ah, vai. Caraca, velho. O chão é
Your blood is now mine.
Ai.
Ascalon.
Ai.
Die, newborn.
Pera. Puta que bosta, mano. Eu não tenho nada. Puta bosta, puta bosta. Meu Deus do céu. Peraí.
Your blood is now.
Morre, otário. O cara querendo me foder, mano. Vê se pode.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Não, pera. Eu vim daqui. Nossa, o que eu tô fazendo com a minha vida? Eu vim daqui. Eu fiz aqui e dei de cara com ele. Tá, pra lá é pra voltar.
I cannot enter.
Puzzle. Liberou pra mim?
It's locked, all right.
Claro. Puta que pariu, mano. Eu não tô... Ai, que... Tá. Tá bom. Não vou... A morte não é má. O verdadeiro castigo seria nunca sentir o doce beijo dela. Você foi derrotar. Claro. Eu preferia não ter sentido o doce beijo dela. Queria ela bem longe de mim, na verdade. Mas tudo bem, né? Do nada vem uns Skull. Puta merda, mano. Certeza que é os Skull do Lord Redgrave lá. Maleta lá, mano. Vai. Tá, agora onde eu subo? Ah, agora eu entendi. Puta, achei rebite, mano. Vai dar pra melhorar minha 12. Top. Ai, achei bom. Animal, não era pra você ter atirado, era só pra você recarregar. Sou burro. Tá, beleza, beleza, beleza. Vamos subir. Vou sair logo daqui. Ai, graças a Deus. Chegamos! Opa, tem um lixo aqui. Mais rebite. Mais bala também. Quem é você? Vou conversar com você, só jogar pra fora.
Good evening, Miss.
Dr. Reid. Yes.
Good to see you.
Oh, yes.
What?
I
I
do.
What?
Oh, no.
What can you
I don't.
What?
So,
Have you?
no.
Does,
No.
Dr. Reid, I am glad.
do you?
Oh,
Do,
no.
do you?
Oh,
Have you ever?
yeah.
What?
He said he was.
Goodbye.
Good morning. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reid, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reid. Take all the time you need.
Ah, ela tem rebite. Puta, ela tem isso aqui também. Que mina. Não.
Dr. Reid, I am glad to see you again.
It's locked.
Conversemos.
Good evening.
Good morning.
What can
Good evening, sir.
Don't...
Tell me.
Who?
Have you...
Other...
Does your...
Have you... Some things...
What?
She...
You...
Maybe...
Do you know...
Everybody knows him.
Did he buy something?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at...
But isn't a lord...
That was before his brother...
Goodbye for now.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Menina, peraí, deixa eu terminar de falar.
Good evening. Yeah.
My mother...
I am glad.
Goodbye, Carol.
Tchau, Carol.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Reid?
Is there anything...
No, it's just...
I think...
That's odd.
I'm afraid not. Tell me...
Well,
and
because
what?
I'm not really...
Can you...
Do you... Yeah,
but...
do it.
And what do you... But...
Does it...
Tell me...
Tá, quero saber logo a voz.
Who are you?
I really...
But why would... What can...
I've heard this is a man...
Goodbye, Mr.
Tá, tem outra pessoa aqui. Tem esse. Cadê?
Good evening, sir.
Tô soltando
Yes,
o Joaquim
please.
Figueiredo,
That's all you need.
Well, is it not...
I suppose...
I am...
May...
I am from... It's
What?
big.
I still...
Then I...
What
He
is that?
Who the but I don't know. Have you...
What can you tell me?
You should ask that question to my...
Goodbye for... Good evening. Pericles.
Agamemnon...
At least...
But is that...
What can...
If you are certain...
That's it?
For the time...
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Espera, quero falar com você.
Good evening, sir.
I'm
And who are...
I'm Dr.
I'm Detective...
I work for the
The Ask?
What? Does the... What can you tell? What?
I'm
Haven't...
all right.
And what about... What he...
I...
Do...
Yeah.
What?
I...
Tell me all you know about that.
I'm not even...
How could different...
That's my ma...
What are you...
I have a...
Tell me about...
She's awake.
Do you have...
No.
Do you know...
Who doesn't know the man?
What else can you...
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind...
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Doc...
Opa, uma casa. Top. Precisando reabastecer minhas coisas mesmo. Aqui. Cadê? Ahá. Nossa. Vamos dar aquela upadinha. Opa. Nossa, agora sim, mano. Agora sim o bagulho. Deixa eu ver aqui. Yeah! Bom, galera, eu vou terminar este vídeo por aqui. Nos vemos no próximo episódio. Até mais!